at Walmart parking lot on Spence Avenue at a Fireworks display stand. Independence Day is July the 4th and is coming soon. Many people will be celebrating in many different ways, as picnics, parades, cookouts, and fireworks. We are with the Wayne County Fire Marshal, Bryan, and he is with us to talk about the fireworks and how to stay safe using them. Thanks for being with us, Bryan.
It's always a pleasure.
What are some of the most popular fireworks that are used?
Well, in North Carolina, there's only a certain kind of fireworks you can have, but probably some of the most popular, especially with the kids, are the little snapping pops that they throw. They get a kick out of that here, being able to throw them and hear them snap. But sparklers are another big item. And of course, here in the tent, they got several packs of showers and that kind of thing, and they're real popular also.
Are they really dangerous, and what makes them dangerous?
Fireworks can be dangerous, and the reason for that is, fireworks are considered explosives. They do have some black powder in them and other compounds that produce the colors and that kind of thing. So they're dangerous if they're not handled properly. So when you're handling fireworks, you always want to make sure you're doing it by the directions. Each firework packet has some directions on it, so make sure you're following those directions very carefully.
What are some of the consequences if they're handled improperly?
Well, probably one of the biggest consequences would be one, you could start a fire if you're not careful of where you're setting them off at and that kind of thing. Two is if you get burned. That's probably one of the most dangerous things there is people getting injured by fireworks. And across the country this time of year, there's over 9,000 injuries across the country associated with just the 4th of July every year. And unfortunately, there's an average of about 4 deaths every year because of fireworks.
Give me an idea of some that may be illegal and why.
Well, in North Carolina, the easiest way to say it is in North Carolina, the only thing you can have is something that sparkles or that doesn't go in the air. Bottle rockets, Roman candles, anything that's projected into the air is illegal in the state of North Carolina.
Is there a certain recommended age for fireworks?
In North Carolina, you have to be 18 years old to purchase fireworks. Other states are as young as 16 to be able to purchase fireworks, but in North Carolina, you have to be 18 years old.
And if someone is injured by fireworks, what should they do?
Well, if you get injured by fireworks, first you want to, of course, clean the wound, but if it's serious enough, you want to call 911, get medical attention immediately, or get to, immediate care at a hospital somewhere so they can take care of that burn. Burns can, go, if you leave them untreated, of course, infection can ensue and that kind of thing, so you want to make sure you take care of it just as quickly as possible.
And if the fireworks do not go off, what should someone do?
Unfortunately, that happens from time to time. The best thing to do, if you have something that doesn't go off, just leave it there for a little while. Make sure it doesn't go off, because sometimes the fuse may get pinched or something like that in the process of being made, and they'll go off and you right over the top of it, which can cause an injury. So leave it there for a little while. If it doesn't go off, get you a bucket of water, soak it in water for several hours, and that's going to wet all the compounds and the black powder and all that. Once that's done, then wrap it up in some plastic, and you can discard it right in the trash.
And what can you do with unused fireworks?
For unused fireworks, the same thing. That's the best way to do it. That way, as fireworks get older and older, they tend to go off quicker, or you have more that don't go off. So the best thing to do is soak them in water also. Once they've been soaked for several hours, then get them out, wrap them in some plastic so they don't dry out, and then you can discard them in the trash.
And lastly, can you give us some safety tips?
Well, the biggest thing I would say is have a responsible adult that's overseeing the fireworks. Make sure you have an area that's clear of any pine straw, any kind of dry brush. Make sure they're away from the house. Make sure the kids are away from them because they can malfunction, and if one happens to turn over, it can cause a problem. If you're around the house, make sure you got your water hose or a bucket close by with water. So if a small fire does start, you can put it down immediately. And just use what I call common sense. Is just be very careful. Be mindful of those around you. With small kids, it's always everybody wants the small kids to hold sparklers and that kind of thing. Also, sparklers, although they doesn't appear dangerous, some of these sparklers can burn in excess of 2,000 degrees when they're burning. So make sure the small kids don't have any loose clothing on them. It's best if you're the one shooting fireworks off if you're wearing something that's like 100% cotton and not polyester like the shirt I got on today, because it'll melt and stick to you, which can cause a burn, and that kind of thing.
And even if you're in a neighborhood and you got houses that are close by, what can they do for that?
Well, there again, you got to be mindful of your surroundings. If you don't have a good clear space to shoot the fireworks, then don't do it. Be mindful of your neighbors, because you can, just because you may not damage something of yours, you can damage something of somebody else's. So you need to be very careful with that. And last but not least, if you're looking at, you wanting some big fireworks and stuff, go to one of the many displays that are going to be around the county this weekend and on the 4th.
Very good. We have been talking with Wayne County Fire Marshal Bryan Taylor on fireworks safety here at the Walmart parking lot on Spence Avenue in Goldsboro, North Carolina.